PTM.
Prop the mic. PTM, also known as PTM. What's
PTM.
up?
I was usually do the intro. I thought maybe
I know. I my
get
screen
distracted.
was blocked. I didn't see that we were live. Yeah.
Oh, that's all good, man. We got each other's back.
That's right. That's how we roll here on PTM.
So yeah, yesterday was a relatively quiet NBA day, although PTM was all over the Hornets, right?
We were.
And PJ, your boy
Washington.
PJ.
Yeah.
So that was nice, but then the focus shifted to the Chiefs.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
friend.
you. Thank you very much. I should be wearing
your
my
Mets
Chiefs
hat, but just so all our viewers are aware, somehow, some way, Dave's a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Yeah, don't question it. Don't question it. I have historical logs showing
That's right.
my allegiance for well over 2 decades. All right, let's dive into tonight's slate. How's
All
that
right.
sound?
It sounds great. I have a lot of plays I like tonight.
You were deep in the lab today, so let's see your work. All right, so we got 8 games. We're going to cover 6, but we're gonna move through them in more of the rapid fire format. So,
Yep.
All right, so we got the Magic at the Sixers kicking it off. Sixers are -9 in this game. Totals 231.
All right.
And a half. Lots of points. What do you like?
All right, 2 matchups on both teams are good defensively, but there's one position on each side that we could target. It's forwards against the Magic and combo guards against the Sixers, and that leads to 2 beautiful plays tonight. So the power forward for the Sixers is Mr. Tobias Harris, former Magic himself. I have 4 different ways we could go with Tobias here, because all 4 of them he's cleared in 6 straight games against Orlando. Last 6 times he's played Orlando, he's cleared all 4 of these. Points, 15.5 points, -108. He's averaging 22.3 in those 6 games against Orlando. 17.5 points and assists, -122. He's averaging 30 points and assists in those 6 games against Orlando. What was the next one? Points and rebounds, 21.5. He's averaging just under 34 in those 6 games. And then his par is 24.5, -104. And he's averaging 28 par in those 6 games against Orlando. Not as great. His threes, it's over 1.5. It's -111. He's done it in 7 of 10 at home. And he's done it in his last 11 of 14 on 1-day rest at home. So
my goodness, there's so many opportunities.
Yeah, it's just this is certain guys. I never really was on this or knew about this before, but yeah, he played several seasons in Orlando, and I don't know, something about it. He produces when he plays. So
some people hold grudges longer than others.
Yeah. So.
Because I think he's been on the Sixers for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So which of those do you like the best? Pick one.
Pick one. I think I'd probably go... Oh, man. I think I'd probably go maybe points and rebounds. -111.
That seemed to have the biggest margin.
Spread, yeah. So it's 21.5, and he's just under 34. So I think that's the way to go.
Very nice. Anybody else in this game?
One other. I liked Melton over 1.5 threes. The problem is it's -185, but he's done it in his last 16 of 17 home games this season, or whatever, 16 of 17 home games this season. He's cleared that. So he gets to 9 points a lot. His line's 9.5. If you altered that down and did 9 points and 2 threes, is a beautiful play tonight.
Yeah, probably potential for him to get some good run in this game too, right?
Yeah. There's another narrative here on the Orlando side. Mr. Markelle Fultz, #1 overall pick that they traded the Jason Tatum pick for, traded by Philly to Orlando. His assist line is 5.5, and it's +110. And he has done that in 8 of his last 10 on the road. And last March when he played Philly, he had 11 assists in that game. So that's pretty nice.
He can't really be upset that he got traded for Tatum.
No, not for Tatum. I'm saying that Philly gave up on him as the number one pick. They had back-to-back number one picks. Ben Simmons won whatever year it was. Right. And then the following year, they had the I think they had the 3 pick, and they traded up. They traded the pick that ultimately the Celtics took Tatum with at number 3.
Oh, that's right.
And drafted Fultz at number 1.
Oh,
so Tatum is just irrelevant to this. It's just the fact that Philly gave up on Fultz and traded him to the Magic.
Oh, yeah.
That's the narrative I like.
I think he's just happy to be in the league at this point.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
One other, because I know you like Bol.
I do.
Over 4.5 rebounds is plus 125. He's cleared that in 12 straight games on one-day rest on the road, averaging 8.3 rebounds in those games.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
He looks like he needs the rest.
He does. He does. So that was a lot, but that's a lot of good plays in this game.
All right, cool.
Right.
I didn't have anything in that one.
Good thing I had 10.
Yeah, good thing he had a whole boatload. All right, so we got the 7:30 game, Lakers at Nets. Nets are -9. I had contemplated buying tickets for this game because of LeBron's record-breaking performances. But luckily I didn't because he's out and AD's out. So it's going to be an ugly game. Nets are -9, totals 230. Let's just skip the matchups. I just have one play on this. Yep. I just like Kyrie threes.
Threes, okay.
Yeah, 3.5 threes plus 110.
Okay.
I just like the volume. If you look at his last 5 games, he's had 6, 5, 2, 6, and 5. Right, so he's well over 4 in the ones that he's cleared it. Missed it in that game against Philly, who's a pretty good defensive team. But more important, let's look at the attempts, right? So take out that Philly game where he only had 2 threes. The other 4 games, he's had 15, 7, 12, and 12. So his last 2 games, he's had 24 attempts from 3. He just is bombing away. I think he's going to do that, and you get plus money, plus 110.
I like it. I like it even more. I mean, I know LeBron's not playing, but LeBron's with the team. He played in the last game. He's with the team on the road. He's going to be sitting there, and they have whatever rivalry, animosity, whatever. I think that's going to make Kyrie perform better just with LeBron on the sideline there.
Yeah, so. And he's probably trying out for the Lakers for next season anyway. So.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, we got a rematch of the Kings at the T-Wolves. T-Wolves are getting a point, and the total is 238. Last game, the big scorers were Fox with 29 and Edwards with 34, 10, and 6. So huge game from Edwards. We played, I think, Sabonis in this game.
Yeah, he cleared.
And he cleared. And his line is still the same at 18.5. So I'm not sure if you're going back to that or if you're going somewhere else.
Yeah, so I do like that, and I went back and forth. I think today Sabonis is my guy here. I think I'm going to go with his points and rebounds. I just saw he was kind of having his way with Rudy, and I liked what I saw in that matchup against Rudy. So I like the rebounds. There's 31.5 points and rebounds, minus 125. He's cleared this in 7 straight games, 1 day rest on the road. And he had 33 in that game against Minnesota. I like the points too. I would probably, personally like to bet both of these. But I think this will be the points and rebounds.
Okay. And what about on the T-Wolf side?
That was my only play from this game.
Yeah, I liked. I don't know. I wanted to do something with Edwards, assists or rebounds. He had 10 and 6. I mean, he had 16. I think his PR line was set at 10.5. I think his rebounding line was probably the most compelling. I think that was set at 5.5. So I think that would be my play. I'll just go straight rebounds on Edwards.
On Edwards?
5.5.
All right.
Yep. All right. Next game, we got the Warriors at the Thunder. Warriors, let me remind you, are dreadful on the road. Thunder are very good at home. And yet the Thunder are getting 5 points. Totals 242.5.
Yes. This is a nice matchup. You get the only 2 teams playing on anything other than 1 day rest tonight. And, I like my I like to look at my back-to-backs and my extra rest. So SGA on 2 days rest, he's cleared 5.5 assists in his last 7 of 8 games on 2 days rest. It's minus 140, but definitely something there. You also got Josh Giddey. I like his rebound and assist line and his par line. We'll start with the rebound and assist. It's 13.5. It's minus 135. He's cleared this in 11 of his last 12 games on 2 days rest. And his par, which is 31.5 at minus 110, he's cleared in 6 of 7 games on 2 days rest this season. So the rebound and assist line dates back to last year, those 11 of 12 games, but the par is he's played 7 games on 2 days rest this season, and he's cleared that in 6 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
No points for SGA. I know it's high, 32. But
yeah,
he's been on fire of late.
He has. I just the number starts to get a little bit high, I would say. That's why I stayed away.
Okay. Right. I like those plays.
I got one other. This is a guy you've played before. I don't know if this is where you've played him though. On the OKC side, Jalen Williams over 1.5 steals is plus 178. He's had 4 steals in each of the last 3 games he's played on 2 days rest. So something, and then he also had 2 like the game before. So he's done in 4 of 5, and the last 3 had 4 each.
I like that, especially against the Warriors. The Warriors are like the second worst team in the league on turnovers, behind the Rockets, and they're so casual with the ball. Like they just, and it's mostly Steph. Like the way he like so careless with it. It's so I think that is good. I think. What did you say? It was 1.5 steals?
1.5 steals plus 180, call it. Yeah.
Plus 180. That's insane value there.
Yeah.
All right. I like that one the best, I think.
All right. Oh, the best. All right.
Well, juicy.
It is. We like juicy.
Anybody on the Warriors side?
Yeah. So I got 2. The matchups here were combo guards against OKC and wings against Golden State. Just to go over that. I like Jordan Poole in this game. I like his points, 20.5 points. It's minus 115. He's done it in 6 straight games on 2 days rest. He also has a pretty nice rebound line. It's 3.5. It's plus money, plus 115. He's done it in 5 of his last 6 on 2 days rest. And he's averaging just under 5 rebounds per game in those 6 games.
My only question is Wiggins in or out of the lineup?
Wiggins, I have the injury report right here.
Let me see, because that bumps him in or out of the starting lineup, I think, right?
You have here Golden State.
Wiggins actually
he is questionable.
Yeah, he's projected. No, he's not even. I don't even think he's questionable at this point. I'm looking at RotoWire. Looks like Wiggins is going to play, but Poole is starting, so. It looks like they're just going small. Curry, Poole, Thompson, Wiggins, and Green.
Okay.
All right.
That
makes sense against OKC.
Yeah. And then the other one, also his assist, also pretty great on 2 days rest. It's 3.5. This one's minus 150. But he's done it in 6 straight games on 2 days rest, averaging 5.6 assists in those games. And he's done it also in 7 of his last 8 on 2 days rest. So this guy performs with the extra rest. Nice. And then I also had 2 on Draymond. His rebound line's 8.5. It's plus 105. He's done it in 5 straight and 6 of his last 7 on 2 days rest, and averaging 12.2 rebounds in those 7 games on 2 days rest. I also like his points and rebounds. Was that the one we played the other night?
We played his.
One of those. I know it was these. I think it might have been these same 2. But
yeah.
Anyway, he's also done 15.5 points and rebounds in 5 straight on 2 days rest, and he's averaging 20 points and rebounds in those games. So he's also done it 9 of 11 overall this season on 2 days rest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still mad at him. I had his rebounds the other day at 7.5. He had 5 at halftime. And pretty much finished with 6 because he got a garbage rebound like with 40 seconds left in the game. So he finished with 7. It's like, what? So don't do that to us, Dre.
Yeah. Not tonight.
Not tonight. All right. Good on that one?
Yeah.
You think Thunder will win this game? I think the Thunder are going to win this game.
I could see it. Yeah, I could see the SGA All-Star snub. I think it's a good point. I didn't think about that with his points. He might be ready to come out and show some people up. Yeah.
242 total,
wow.
Right?
Wow.
So 0.5. All right, next one. We got the 8:30 game, Wizards at the Spurs. Spurs are getting 6. Totals 240.5. What do you like here?
All right, a few from this game. Combo guards against the Spurs and big men against the Spurs are two prime matchups. So for your combo guard, I like Bradley Beal. Multiple ones here. 4.5 assists. It's minus 130. He's cleared this in 15 of his last 17 games. 1 day rest on the road. 22.5 points. Minus 110. He's cleared it in 7 of 8 on 1 day rest on the road this season. He's averaging in those games 27 points on the season, 1 day rest on the road. And over his last 5 games in that situation, he's averaging 29 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
His scoring, though, has been down the last 3 or 4 games.
It has, yeah.
Like 16 points, 15 points. I was looking at him.
Just those last 4 games. I don't know what the Porzingis was out those games, so I don't know. But Porzingis is back. So
all right. I think I like the assist. I like the assist line, the assist play better than the points.
Than the points, yeah.
I think so. I mean, they're probably both good, but I like the assist one a little better.
I also like, if you like the point, the par is also nice. He's also done it in 7 of 8 on 1 day rest on the road. It's 30.5.
Wow.
A little bit better. It's the assist was minus 130. The par is minus 125. In those 8 games, he's averaging 37 par, and over his last 5 games, 40 par. 1 day rest on the road, Mr. Bradley Beal.
Excellent.
Yeah. Another one I love. San Antonio has one of the worst rim defense in the league. So I like the big men here. It's also, as it came up earlier, the big men is the matchup here. So Daniel Gafford over 19.5 par. He's only cleared it in 4 of his last 10, but he had 19 par 4 of those times. So, he's very close to being 8 of his last 10, and he's in a great matchup. The 2 times he played the Spurs last season, he had 26 and 24. So I like that, given the good matchup. And then running it back on the other side, big men against Washington is also good. So Jakob Poeltl, 2.5 assists, going back to the well, minus 135. He's cleared it in 12 of 14 games at home on 1 day rest, averaging 4.5 assists in those games. And then good. Yeah, and then his rebound and assist is also nice, 11.5. He's cleared that in 11 of 14 games at home on 1 day rest, averaging 15. And against Washington last season, he had a 19 and 12. So cleared it in both games against Washington.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lots of nuggets today.
You are bringing it.
I really am.
My level of analysis is like 1/10 of yours. So I'll just give you my play today. I have Sochin.
Yep.
I was talking about the other day.
One-arm free throws.
His one-arm free throws. But actually, I saw a lot of value in his 3-point line. It was 1-3. It was minus 140, so you got to pay a little bit for it. But his last 5 games, 2-2, 1, and 3.
Really? I didn't look at that.
So he doesn't get huge attempts. His attempts in those respective games are 3, 2, 2, 4, and 6. Last 2 games, he's put up 10 shots. So averaging 5 in the last 2. He did hit 3 in the last game. His minutes were on the rise in the last game. So, I mean, I don't see how this guy doesn't get 1-3.
Yeah, I'm with you. It seems like he's getting more and more playing time. I love the Dennis Rodman hair. I like this guy.
240
for what?
240 points in the game.
Yeah.
Wizards are a pretty good defensive team.
They are.
But 240 points and a 6-point spread, that implies, 100, almost 120 points or so on that side. A little bit less, but all right, cool. I like those plays. Good job.
All right.
All right, and then our last game, we got 9 p.m. We got the Raptors at the Suns. Suns are -2 in the game. Still without Booker, I believe. Total's 220.5.
Yes. I just have 2 plays in this game, one from each side. Matchup wise, like we've spoken about, Toronto's been a great team to target lately. Point, wing, and forward, all great targets. And then against Phoenix, they are very good defensively against every position except combo guards. So that leads us into Gary Trent Jr., the combo out of Toronto. I like his par here, 22.5. It's -115. He's done it in his last 6 of 8 overall. He's done his last 10 of 13 on one-day rest, and his last 4 or 5 on one-day rest on the road.
That's great.
In a great matchup.
I like that a lot. And I think he's had some monster games against Phoenix in the past.
He has. And dude, I mean, 22.5 par, he easily will just get this with points. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? You know what
just on 3-pointers alone.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm going back on the Phoenix side to the guy you played the other day. You might not like this. Cam Johnson, 15.5 points.
I do.
-125. Not a whole lot of stuff to dig into there just because he just got back. But his scoring output in his 4 home games since he returned, 22, 24, 8, the one outlier, and 19. So he's cleared in 3 or 4 home games since returning in a nice matchup for him against Toronto.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The only thing that was popping for me was Chris Paul's assist. It opened at 9.5, but then it quickly jumped up to 10.5, and I didn't love it as much, 10.5. So, but if you wanted to parlay that with something else, with Cam Johnson or something like that, that could be. I
looked at it for sure. Point guard. It's actually the best matchup against Toronto, which is a little surprising considering you got Fred VanVleet's defense is usually pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
But yeah, it is the best matchup against Toronto over the last about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. That's all we got, man.
We made it. 22 minutes. Not bad.
Not bad for 6 games.
Yeah. All right.
All right. You enjoy it.
Very good. All right. Talk to you later.